I never knew you, but I heard you were a poet, and I wonder what meter you wrote your last words in. I heard you love to climb and try to reach out to touch the sky. I hope you found out what that feels like. I never knew you, but I heard you were always smiling. I heard you lit up this world, and I wonder what it was that made your world grow dark. I wonder what it was that sparked your self-destruction. I never knew you, but I heard you had a girlfriend. I bet she loved you. I heard you held hands and kissed in the rain, and that you wanted 2 little girls someday. What happened? What made you snap? What was so bad that you take your own life away? Is it just me, or is the world a little quieter without you in it? So I bet if I were to hear you laugh, I wouldn't recognize it. I never knew you. We only shared a passing glance in the hallways at school. You never looked sad. What happened to you? What was so bad? Green paper hearts taped to the walls of every classroom. I wish you'd known how many people loved you. Tear streaks crisscross faces I've never seen frown, making a cage of self-doubt. Friends are trying to work out what they could have done, should have done, if only they'd known. But they couldn't have known. We'll never know what it was that made your heart grow cold. You were only 15. Funny how young that seems now. Crazy how your death has shaken the very breath we hold on to. I never knew you. I wonder what your favorite song was. I wonder what you last dreamt of, and when you woke up, did you know it would be your last living dream? And no, I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess I'm just writing a eulogy for a fellow poet. I guess I'm just trying to make sense out of the distress that's been crowding the halls lately, trying to put words to the rhythm of a heart I never heard beating. 'Cause I'm grieving the loss of a boy I never knew, the loss of a friend, a son, and a soul lost too soon. I only knew you through stories, and I know stories are glorified once we're gone, but I heard of your kindness before you sung your last song. It's funny how life keeps going, how we march on though your footsteps are fading behind us. I keep picturing your mother, alone in your room, hugging the clothes you wore to her chest, trying to breathe life back into your wounds. I can see your father, sitting and staring into space, trying to recreate the image of that face he never thought he'd have to bury. I can picture them waking up, screaming, and running to your room, praying it was only a dream. I never knew you, but I heard you were a poet, and I don't understand why you reached for a gun instead of your pen. You could have filled pages upon pages with your pain, could have used stanzas as a bullet to kill your anger. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. I believe the poem is stronger than the gun. Why did you reach for that steel monster and pull the trigger instead of letting bitter words form on your tongue? Now I wonder what poems died with you, what stanzas will never be heard, how many papers are blank longing for your words. I never knew you, but I wish I did, 'cause I heard you were a poet, and maybe I could have handed you your pen.